We don't go by it. Can't imagine there's anyone there today. If you have any questions about it, though, Captain Amanda goes all the time, so feel free to ask her. Give you those details. 2 other beaches out here as well, more family friendly if that's your thing. Okay, we're just going to take a pause here for a few minutes. Guys, check out this lovely view of the city in between the islands there on your left. Maybe you want to take a photo or 2. Please feel free to use the open hatches up here at the front or in the middle. Just don't climb all the way up the stairs. We might lose you overboard. This is the last tour of the day, so we don't want to come back for you.
Press NP. For salads and house-made dressings, the first you make
A dziadkowi zrobiłaś? Zagubione drewno. Ojej, niedobrze. Wreszcie, żeby nie było, że mnie tu nie było. Byłem, widziałem wszystko, słyszałem.
Out here now. So 262 houses on the islands. There used to be homes all over the island, actually, but the city kind of went in and began tearing down the houses, especially after the Second World War. See, there was a housing shortage in the city. So a lot of people moved down to the islands and kind of built homes, but didn't legally own the land. So when the city decided they wanted to turn it more into park space, they went in and began tearing down those houses, kicking the people out. By the time they got to the islands, don't actually own the land, but they own their houses. Looks pretty nice and not expensive either. For prime waterfront property, these houses sell for about $50,000 to $250,000, which is, I I don't even know what fraction that is of the cost of living in the city, but it's not very much. Average one-bedroom condo sells for over $400,000, so a little bit different. But of course, you don't own the land, and you could have to wait 20 or 30 years to get a house out here. If you do want to move to one of the houses on the island, you need to put your name on the list. In order to get on the list, there is a waiting list for the waiting list. Once you make it onto the list, you have to pay a fee yearly. My mother is lovely, could be very romantic, obviously not for me because I'm not choosing the right companion for that sort of situation. But if you bring someone else, then it could go that way for you. Also some nice restaurants out there in the residential end if you ever happen to be over. They have the Island Cafe and the Rectory. Both highly recommend. 176 of them. Takes the average person 30 to 40 minutes to climb up those stairs, but the record was set at 7 minutes and 52 seconds. Pretty impressive. I would like to tell you that it was me, but no one ever believes me when I say that, so I will spare you. It was set in 1989, that record. Hasn't been beat since. People have done other things, though, to get their name in the record books. Weird things, like pogo sticking up to the top. That sounds like a challenge and, frankly, pretty unsafe. People have carried up heavy kitchen appliances. I'm talking about a toaster, I'm talking about a stove, or a baby grand piano that weighed a whopping 400 pounds. One man decided to go up and down those stairs 17 times in one day. Why? Find a job or a hobby. Both seem like better life choices. Yes, question. What's the ship? Great question. That one in particular, I don't know. There are sometimes large freighters like that that come in for and just kind of sit there. Not necessarily functioning, maybe they're transitioning somewhere else. You do see working freighters in the heart of Brazil, South or Central America, and it's part of the sugar factory, which is really the last remaining industry that's still fully functioning in the harbor. So a lot of the area that we've just been passing by, a little bit more industrial looking out here. This is changing though. Toronto currently undergoing the largest waterfront revitalization in North America, and if you come back in 30 years, this is all going to be gone. You can see some new buildings here, but the redevelopment plan does include all through the Portlands and the entire area that we just kind of cruised by. So 30 years from now, but I can remember not that long ago, even this whole area was looking vastly different. Used to be a great tennis club there, a lovely patio. I used to go and have some nice sandwiches. Now it's been replaced. If you're looking for another patio, you can see those yellow umbrellas just by the chorus building. That's against the grain. So if you're looking for another dining option, that could be for you. Or if you just want to sit outside in the sun, those pink umbrellas there, that's Sugar Beach. One of two urban beaches in the city, no swimming. Or you can lounge in the bespoke chairs with your feet in sand and enjoy the sunshine. It's called Sugar Beach, of course, because it is next to the sugar refinery. And as I said, this is really the last industry in full effect here. Allowed to remain because it's so environmentally friendly. And they produce over 60% of the sugar in the region. If you're wondering what does one build next to an industrial sugar factory, the answer here in Toronto is pretty simple. That would be luxury condos. Right next door we have Pier 27. People have been living here for, I don't know, a year or two now, depending on when you moved in. These are expensive. The top units, you can see them, 3 floors of penthouse suites. You could be living with no one underneath you. These units sell about $8 million and potentially even more. It was $8 million last year. And prices, housing prices in Toronto have increased 33% from last year. So I'd hate to look at the figures now. Worth it though, right? You got the nice view of the harbor and the islands. If you have one of those interior facing units though, that view is just in your neighbor's apartment across the way, then maybe it's less worth it. Or, well, I guess it depends on your perspective, really. A parking space in that building, guys, will set you back $55,000 just for your car. Somewhat depressing. The next, pardon? A parking space that costs more than the car. That is a valid point. Just put a pull-out sofa on top of your vehicle, buy the parking space, and you're good to go. The Toronto Star Building, that brown L-shaped structure there, architecturally speaking, obviously insignificant, but its location is important. Number 1 Yonge Street is its address. Yonge Street, arguably considered to be the longest street in the world, stretching for 1,896 kilometers. There's the ferry terminal just passing by. If you want to visit the islands, you can take one of those boats directly across. Now coming up, just ahead of us, these two concrete buildings. These were actually the first condos to go up on the harbourfront back in the 1970s. Just up in front here. These were selling for $40,000. No one wanted to buy the units though, because it was still so industrial and polluted down here. Now it's $400,000 on average. I bet the people that paid $40,000 in the 70s were pretty happy with that return on their investment. Seems crazy to think that no one wanted to buy the units then. They even needed to add incentives to get people to purchase, like free appliances, housekeeping services, just to sell the units. What a laugh these people are having today. It's time though for the highlight of the harbor tour. The big finish, the grand finale. The one thing you guys will remember if you don't remember anything else that I've said to you over this past hour. Coming up here on the right hand side, there it is in all its wonder, the concrete ball. Really spectacular. If you're wondering what on earth is that, I'm sad to tell you that that is the winning entry of an open art competition. Something I find particularly concerning because no, it was not the only entry. There were 140. Someone thought that was the best of the bunch. It's called the sundial. You use it to tell the time. Unfortunately, however, that is Toronto's largest non-functioning sundial. The artist apparently left town before completing it, taking his prize money with him. So today it only tells one time, the end of the harbor tour. A sad time indeed. On behalf of myself and Captain Amanda, I want to thank you so much for coming out today. I hope you guys enjoy the tour. I hope you enjoy the rest of your stay here in Toronto. Have a great day, guys. Goodbye. Thank you.
Tędy możemy wychodzić?
Jeszcze nie.
Ja wiem.
Jeszcze nie wiem.
Wiem. Więc tam? Dziękujemy. Bye bye. Super. Nie spodziewałem się. Takiej zabawki jeszcze nie widziałem.